Tomorrow, you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to look at yourself in the mirror, and you're going to say, today is the last day that I'm going to be a little bitch. Baby dolls, in crypto, the volatility will kill you and it will crush you. But really, you got to do this mental trick. Now, it's going to sound like cope, but it works. Not really, but it works. And the cope is, they say, it's not anything to do with your product or the coins you hold. The volatility is from the US dollar. What do I mean by that? They always mean 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. That's what they mean. They mean that the fiat currency is hyper volatile. There's the global liquidity index moving in and moving out, the US debt, the yen carry, things blowing up, interest rates. It's the fiat currency being printed. The money printer goes on, just like the oxygen mask given to the patient. We're breathing in and out, breathing out. Yeah, that volatility, that's the thing that gives the price swings. That's what's actually making us move up and down erratically over time. And that's what's accentuating all the emotions, right? So the only way to make it, though, is you really got to believe, friends. Like you can't rely on this cash flow. Man, there are some stocks, friends. I've shown you the Intel stock. Intel, they are down after 27 years. 27 years, your stock couldn't pump. Do you know how many QEs they did in that time? 4. With an infinite in there. They dropped the rates how many times in 27 years? You had tech blow up. You had crypto blow up. You had so many things appear. Turbo leverage. What do you say to those people, though? If you go and you actually check them, friends, if you look at like Intel, for example, like you always look at me like, well, how do we know we're not going to turn out like that? And I wish I could give you a proper answer. I mean, it's literally, you are down after, my gosh, 24 years. You're down 72% after 24 years. You have round trip to 1997. My gosh, they hadn't even invented cars back then. Oh my gosh, we're still on wooden skateboards. Let's play some pump music for this abomination. Like, abomination. The Intel CEO, by the way, he's tweeting Bible verses on Twitter. Oh, it's over. You really got to believe, man. In crypto, remember, we are the new digital network, new digital countries. It's new. It's new. So, unironically, though, the most hardcore cult out there is ready to take it back. Every single coin community, you have to really frame yourself. You are the cult. And the cult fans, remember, I made it into a positive term. Everybody was calling cults bad things years ago, 3 years ago. Oh, it's a cult. It's a cult. It's good, man. Cults are good. Because cults mean there is something qualitative about this community that you see value in. You can't put a financial number on it. It's not, you can't calculate it. There's qualitative value here. You don't want to leave. It's making you stay there. Now, what does crypto mean by making you stay there? It means you've placed US dollars in, you don't want to take US dollars out. You've taken the paper fiat currency, you've placed it into the bid. So that's what you do, my friends. When you buy a coin, you're hitting the ask. Okay, now you become the bid, right? You're leaving your money in the pool, and then you've grabbed the tokens out. That's like your vote for presence in the community. You are now present in the community. That's you joining the community. Meme coins, altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything. They all work like this. Everything in markets works like this. Stock markets work like that. Everything works like that. Now, the most hardcore cult, though, think about this. You've got Hex, you've got Milady's. Milady's, powerful cult. But most of them won't show their faces. They won't. They're just anonymous. And some of the crazy stuff they do, you don't blame them. But you just got to ride with these types of stuff, man. These are the people that ride or die. These are literally the people, they'll take it to the very end. And they don't care. And they will turn it up. They'll turn up the volume. And they'll take it to the very end if they need to. There is simply no reasoning with these people. There isn't. It's so funny watching people argue with cult members. Dude, go through each comment if you ever have the time, friends. Just see them. I love seeing even like someone who's not sure of themselves in the cult, like Hex, PulseChain, even Miladies, people will try poop on them. And even if they have a point, they're like, oh, your coin's bad, or you did this thing wrong, or I'm smarter than you, whatever it is. I come in to defend them every time. I'll like their comments and stuff because I just love seeing them fight. They're literally fighting. And then these people come across them and they think they're just some like rat running around in a sewer. They're not, man. These are magical unicorn creatures. Like, aren't you curious? How did you end up here? Like, friends, you run into the middle of, let's say, a field. There's a castle out in the distance. You run into a field and you've come across like a young teenage kid and he's got like the helmet and a wooden sword and a shield. And he's got like, you know, maybe the castle branding. You're wondering like, man, how are you defending this? Who's the king? Who do you love so much that you're like running around cosplaying in this cult, right? This team, this community. No, people aren't curious. They come across these people and then they judge. They judge the book by its cover. And that's why they're all gonna not pass the test. They are the people that come across Bitcoin at $8 and they're like, never gonna work. Bunch of losers. I'm gonna go over here. And they regret it. I wish I came across Bitcoin at $8, right? Hex will have a disbelief rally. The PulseChain Phoenix will rise from the ashes and 170,000 Ethereum will deploy for the greatest repricing we will ever lay eyes on. Look at vydamo. He's watching somebody watch the highest of stakes on the plane. And he's like, oh no. I love seeing this. Like, you ever thought maybe, just maybe, there is some value to watching someone who is interested in something that went down minus 99.81% 3 years later, and then you just go tag them on Twitter and you'll see a vibrant community of 200,000 people. That doesn't intrigue you at all? By the way, man, it means it's the safest thing ever. It literally does. Like I tell everyone all the time, hey, you're in a coin. Okay, what's your biggest fear? That it drops minus 99%. Okay, your biggest fear is that it drops minus 99% and then people abandon it. Right, they literally abandon it and they run away. All right, Hex dropped minus 99%. No one abandoned it. They're still there. They're still yelling. They're literally still yelling. Look, of course, there's less people compared to when it was peaking. But you're like, dude, you did not expect this many people after a minus 99% drop. You didn't. Monero's shirt in the aisle next to me on the plane. So many omens, so little time. So he's got a Monero shirt and he is watching the Hex movie. Shout out to that guy who's watching it, by the way. Also, shout out to this baby doll, The Guild, right? I love this job. If you're reading Sommi, Solana is learning to hodl and it's looking for the next cycle. It will be cultural coins. Sigma is my pick and where I put my full energy. Yeah, I'm sure you've come across the same marketing promotional material coming out for that. So Sigma is like, it's the new Zoomer word, Sigma male. And when the Zoomer kids say Sigma male, they refer to American Psycho, Christian Bale. They use Sigma male, not alpha male. They're using a different word. I mean, yeah, it's cool, bro. Like, go for it. I just like, you're awesome, bro. You're awesome. I'm just letting you know that, bro, I just don't want to hang around too many Jeets. I just don't. Like, I've told you this example before, bro. If you have a daughter, okay, she's 22 years old. You want her to get married and maybe have kids. Okay, good. You don't want her hanging around dudes who are on Kontiki tour and going to Las Vegas every 3 months who haven't had a relationship for like longer than like 2 weeks. You don't want her hanging around that. You don't want her to do that. Well, think about your portfolio. Like, it's your precious family. It's your offspring. You don't want your portfolio hanging around the pump fund Solana cheaters. Now, here's the thing. Of course, there are great things on Solana, friends. There are. There's things that have repriced everything normally. I'm just telling you that when people see that, they think everything on the chain is golden everywhere. No, it's not. There's the stuff that's chosen and there's a lot of junk floating around because people feel like they want to be participating, right? Participating, but they're coming in and trading every 15 seconds. So yeah, man, I hope they all work out. From the bottom of my heart, I hope they work out. But you got to know the difference, friends. Alpha versus beta. Alpha believes in something. The beta is always sidelined. So obviously, hey, check this out, friends. So firstly, Good eye contact, friendly smile. Avoids eye contact, slouches. We have the Mog glasses here. All right. Man of God or alpha male of the group. The soy drinker is drinking soy. He's hugging his stable coins. Okay. Good posture. Fluffy microphone. Plenty of fluff. Right here. You can see it, right? Touches my chin. See that? Gonna poke a hole in my chin, friends. This guy farms airdrops. Please. Look, I don't care if you listen to me or not. I don't care. I'm just gonna tell you now, okay? For the love of God, get this through your head. Everything in crypto is correlated. The yield is correlated to the same times that people are making a 100x somewhere. So, when the 100x stops, also known as like bear market, liquidity drying up, number go down, the yields go down too. And in crypto, we are only going up 15% of the time. We're going down to crappy 85% of the time. So you won't be able to make a sick portfolio return and smash everybody Warren Buffett style by yield farming airdrops like 2x at a time, 30% per month. You're not going to get that. You're going to run these little hyper fast scenarios like a star going supernova. And then when the crypto industry explodes again on the downside, what's going to happen is you're going to see like a metaphorical hand grenade thrown to all the yields, and everything that was giving you 30%, now they're down to like 1.2%, and you don't even want to be in crypto because everything's disintegrating to zero. The spreads have widened. Everyone's dumping everything. People are selling $1 of par value. They're selling it for like 30 cents. That's the type of stuff that happens in bear markets. And then that period lasts like 2-3 years, man. So farming these airdrops, basically it's in a nutshell, friends. It's literally... You're wasting a bull market. It's like going and touching grass. You're just wasting the bull market. Do you know how long we have here? We don't have much longer. Okay, we don't have forever. And these things are parabolic. So please don't waste it, man. Just please don't waste it. Just all right, listen. Go, do what you want. Do what you want. I'll play some. Look, I'll play some Habibi Albi music for you, just to calm you down. And we can do some little jiggy dance as well. Just remember, please, just, everyone gets this wrong every single time they come in. They come in and they think, oh, look at these idiots chasing altcoins. I'm going to go chase the safe yield. The worst part of that, the yield, is they quote you by the year when they should quote you by the day. Our brains can't compute daily yield. Is 0.1% a lot, or 0.01% or 0.02? We don't know what that is. But we know, okay, 50% per year is too much. We know that, right? But in the daily yields, you can't. So we're not used to that, but we should get used to that. This soy drinker also chases narratives, friends, and he buys high. That's what, friends, chasing narratives is that. Like, friends, I've shown you on CoinGecko. Go to CoinGecko, go to its category section. There are 500 sectors. There are coins that overlap. Let's be conservative. Okay, there are now 200 sectors. If you are chasing a narrative, bro, you are literally saying, out of these 200 sectors, none of them apply. You are going to pick one of them. You're going to pick the golden one. You know what's coming next. Let me tell you something. You don't know what's coming next. You don't know. You know how I know? Because I sat here watching the people who predicted one narrative right, and then I followed them. I followed all of them. I'm like, wow, I wonder what they think is coming next. They get it wrong every time. Monstrously wrong. And then if their thing goes up, it's correlated with everything else. Nobody picked meme coins, friends. Nobody. Okay, I'm literally the only person here. I did like 18 hours a day going through all of these, figuring out like why meme coins? Why did we remove technology when we're here to add technology? Why? And then you figured it out, okay? You figured it out. It's the market's response to these. People want growth and they want to join stuff early. It's the people's response to that. That's what it all makes sense when we go through it. Spend hours going through this so you have conviction in that. Okay? Bull market speculation vehicles. That's what everyone is here for. Also, shout out to the dangerous bull. Don't stop believing, friends. All right? Never let this doubt enter your heart. You think it was easy holding an $8 Bitcoin? Everyone's calling you a Ponzi, terrorist, scammer. I've shown you all the videos, friends. I made these videos last year. 2013, Wired articles saying the cult of Satoshi is just a bunch of weirdos on the internet waiting for their leader to return. I still remember that article, man. remember covering it so many times. Maybe I'll cover it for you again one day. It's just crazy to think about that. Oh, is your little cult leader gonna come back for your little imaginary coins? Yeah. Yeah, did a 500x from that point, by the way. Yeah, he is. Who was to know that was gonna happen, by the way? So think about that, friends. You really got to believe, okay? That's why I have this here. Believe in something. Believe, okay? You have to believe. You put your hand on your heart. We believe. Crypto's just a better way, man. It's it. It's a better way. Friends, you know how many times out with the boys, someone says, oh, I should have bet on that game. And you're like, oh, cool. What were the odds? And they're like, oh, that team was paying $3.20 to win, which means basically you put in $10, you get $30. And I'm thinking, oh man, like we are so desensitized in crypto because they're like, oh, put $10. Hey, would you put in 30 grand? They're like, no, wrong way. Well, yeah, I mean, crypto, we have people, they don't even put in 30 grand. They put in 300, they end up with $3,000 or 30 grand or 300 grand. We have stories like that, enough to keep everybody in the casino. Now, the rate of them happening is less and less and less, but it's enough to keep people in, friends. It's enough to keep people in. Imagine you went to the casino and someone hits a feature and they lock everybody in and then you have to like watch that person get all the coins rain on them. If I owned the casino, I'd do that, by the way, right? I'd pay out more people and then when someone wins, I'd turn off all the lights, put a big fat disco ball, friends. The disco ball comes down and then whoever wins, basically, there's just TVs all around the casino and it'll just zoom into the person and it'll just rain money and coins on them. Ching, 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 ching. All these coins just raining on them, just cash. Psychological manipulation, right? That is what people want to see. Well, here's the thing, man. In crypto, we aren't intentionally doing that. But when you hear these stories of like, oh yeah, Crypto Kobe, he put in 400 pounds. He's got over $1 billion now. Yes. He put in 400 pounds into Bitcoin when it was 2012. What was like $1 less? And then the first altcoin he bought, it went 100x in a straight on. There's only like three coins. Three coins existed. One of them just goes 100x in the next 60 days. Not even. I think 30 days. Goes 100x. Imagine that, man. You put in 200 Bitcoin. I mean, I can't even compute those numbers. That's just stupid. That's just ridiculous. That's just cheat mode. Right? But you don't even know there's going to be an industry. And then the next altcoin he buys does I think it did a 40x over a weekend. Can you just get out? Can you just imagine, Vic? What? You can't even compute that, but it did. First coin you buy goes 100x against your Bitcoin. Sweet. Next coin you buy goes 40x in a weekend. Sweet. Wow, this game's easy. Oh man, I still remember those stories. He's had hours and hours of interviews and all these. I remember making tweets about those stories like, what? We got no chance, man. No chance. Just telling you, friends, you got to believe though. You got to believe. We're not going to get those returns. But he started with 400 pounds because putting more than 400 pounds back in 2012, you considered literally a schizo. Now, if you don't put in more than 400 pounds, you're the schizo, right? Literally, it's like, you're wasting the opportunity of a lifetime. This industry's gone big, right? Only way to make it is to believe. Believing in something, it's the mantra of our cycle. And as I always say, I need you to believe in my bags because I am long my bags and I want them to go up. I believe in your bags, by the way. Memes make dreams. Don't stop believing. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Tell mum and dad you love them. Catch you in the next one.